Welcome to Harlequins Theater presents Backstage Pass. I'm Lori.
And I'm Mary.
And today we're going to talk about our 2026-2027 season.
Upcoming, we will be interviewing each of our directors for their shows to learn a little bit more about them, see what their needs are, and how you can get involved.
Hi, with us here today is director Curtis Brown, who you've seen before, but this time he is here to tell us all about our fall musical, A Taste of Things to Come. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
First of all, when is this show supposed to take place?
In the late 50s, and then Act 2 goes to the late 60s.
Okay, tell us a little bit about the show.
Well, it's a musical that explores female friendships and societal changes. Set across 2 decades, the story features 4 distinct women whose lives evolved from 1950s housewives to 1960s liberated women.
Alright, so you say 4 distinct women. Does that mean there are 4 characters in the show that you will need a cast for?
Yes,
Wonderful.
there are 4 separate characters, and they're all very different in their own way. Joan Smith is the main character. She's the host of the weekly cooking club. Her husband is frequently away, and she appears to be the perfect homemaker. In 1967, she's undergone a major transformation. She takes on her own destiny and emerges as an independent working woman. The next character is Agnes Cruikshank. In 1957, she's the glamorous, unmarried woman of the group. She feels too big for her small-time life. In 1967, she succeeds as a soap opera star named Maria Magenta, and she represents the newfound career ambition of the 1960s. Then there's Connie Olsen. In 1957, she's a young housewife who's heavily pregnant with her first child. She struggles to hide the fact that her husband is gay. In 1967, she finds empowerment in the new decade, and she evaluates her life choices. And the last one is Dottie O'Farrell. In 1957, she is the humorous backbone of the group. Her main trait in the 1950s is that her husband makes her mostly fertile, keeping her constantly busy with child rearing. In 1967, she embraces the sexual and social revolutions of the 1960s. She becomes a source of comic relief and unexpected wisdom.
Wonderful. Now, this is a musical, correct?
Yes, it is.
Do you have, I guess for those interested in auditioning, what kind of characteristics are you looking for? Is there any like vocal parts that
Do you have
are
them sing the songs from the
needed?
show, or are they supposed to bring something? Or...
They can do either or. As long as I can see their vocal range and have them go through different vocal exercises to make sure that they can match pitch and harmonies.
Almost makes me wish I could sing. Okay, and what date is this one going up?
November 6th, 7th, 8th, and then 13th, 14th, and 15th.
So the 2nd and 3rd weekend in November.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. And when are auditions?
Auditions are September 13th and 14th at 6 o'clock.
Now, along with a cast, is there any other help you are looking for the show?
And we're always looking for a pit band.
Okay.
We have a pianist, we're just looking for a bass, a drummer, and a guitarist.
All right.
And I'm a little unmusical. Bass is as in bass guitar, or bass as in a...
Bass guitar.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about are you looking for any additional backstage help, tech help?
Oh, we're always looking for technical help. I mean, anyone to run lights, sound, backstage help, always. The theater's always welcome.
And I believe our next guest is your assistant director.
Yes, Karen Abbott. I've worked with her over many shows. And we are going to pick this up, and it's going to be a fun time.
And I have also been in shows with both Karen and Curtis as directors, and they are definitely both fantastic directors to work with. Mostly musicals with both of you guys, but also the Christmas Cabaret I've done in the past, which we'll talk a little bit more about with Karen later. But definitely great directors to work under. Highly encourage anybody interested to audition. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Curtis.
Thank you.
Look forward to seeing you again in the fall.
Thank you.
That's right. Here with us now is Karen Abbott, who will be directing our Christmas Cabaret this December. Thanks for joining us, Karen.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Okay, now tell us a little bit about what the Christmas Cabaret is. You don't just sing Christmas songs, you have other things going on with it.
We
correct?
have some traditional Christmas songs that are performed that some people know. We have some songs that aren't so well known. We have some silly songs, but we also have some readings and some jokes. And this year we're going to add a little bit more of asking the audience to come in on the chorus and join the soloist performing, so that the audience can really get into the Christmas spirit.
Oh, that sounds really
That
fun.
would be nice. And these are different every year. Even though we call it the Christmas Cabaret, it is different every year.
Yes, although we do have a few ones we keep in there,
Right.
but I'm always trolling the internet for finding new and interesting things, maybe different lyrics to a traditional tune that we know as Christmas carol or a Christmas song. You know, there's a whole bunch of Christmas songs that have to do with weather, and we all sing them during Christmas, but they really aren't about Christmas at all. They're about snow
Okay.
and cold weather.
Well, I think you should come and join us and find out about that, because
Absolutely.
I would like to know.
Yeah.
And I understand you don't technically hold auditions. How do you come about getting the people to join in?
Well, this is the one thing where it's by invitation. We have a very small window in how to put this together, and because I've been involved in community theater, either participating on stage with some of the people that I asked to be in the show, or I've seen them in other productions, I kind of already know their range of talent. So I kind of put a diverse group of people together and ask them to come, and I give them a song to sing and something to read usually, and they need to have everything learned when we start having rehearsals, because we put this together in a week.
And I have to ask, because haven't you been in some before? Do you think you'll be in this one?
Mary's
Maybe.
been in it, yes, and I've been in it. So it's like, yes, you know, like I said, there are certain songs, but you know, I'm always looking for new routines.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That sounds fun then. Okay.
Now, along with your selected people for on stage, what other assistance will you need, say backstage or tech? Do you need additional help with those things?
Well, it would be nice to have someone to run lights or spot. You know, last year we just used general lighting from the previous show, which is really all we really need. The set is already decorated for our Christmas party, so we have all the Christmas tree stuff and the mantle with the flaming fire and all that. So we have that kind of going on. I don't really need a stage manager because we just pretty much know the order. And I sit back here anyway, and I make sure everybody's on stage when they show up. Other than that, I would just need people to, like, you know, pass out programs and take tickets.
Wonderful.
And what are those dates?
Oh, it's December 4th through the 6th. The 4th and 5th are at 7:30 in the evening, and the 6th is at 2 p.m. And the show's going to run about an hour and 15 minutes. There will be no intermission.
Wonderful.
That sounds nice.
Is there anything else you'd like to add about the show before?
No, but I think people really are happy when they leave. They really get you in the Christmas spirit, and you know, this day and age, we need all the happiness we can get.
All the help we can get, yeah. So the beginning of December, we hope to see you there. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us,
Oh,
Karen.
thank you for having me.
Now we are joined by our director for the winter show, The Tin Woman, Chris Valecki. Welcome.
Thanks for joining us, Chris.
Thanks for having me again.
Yes, you were just with our spring show over the river through the woods,
Yes.
and you're going back at it again, so
Oh,
that's
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
So tell us about the Tin Woman.
So the Tin Woman is it's a drama, but it's got some comedy in it too. It's a very moving story about a woman named Joy, who she's a younger woman who has a heart transplant, and as she is recovering from the surgery, she's having a lot of conflicting emotions about almost like a survivor's guilt and like what made her deserve the heart. So it's a very very moving story, and she actually decides that she wants to meet the donor's family. So that's kind of where we get some conflict in there, and we get to see the family's perspective of that. So it's like I said, there's definitely some comedy in it, but it's much more of a drama. Very moving story, and it actually is based on a true story, which is interesting. Yeah.
That's really interesting.
So when are auditions?
So auditions for Tin Woman will be January 4th and 5th. That's a Monday and Tuesday from 6 to 9 p.m. Callbacks, should we need them, would be on the 6th, Wednesday.
What can be expected for anybody interested in auditioning?
So at auditions, now the cast that I'm looking for, this is it's a smaller cast. There's 4 women, there's 2 men. At auditions, we will be doing some cold reading. That's kind of what I like to do. Everybody will get a chance to come up here and read some scenes from the script. In terms of the characters, we do have our main character is Joy, who's in her mid-20s to late 30s. And then Hank is Jack's father. Jack is the heart donor. Hank is in his early 60s. He's a kind of middle-aged man he's struggling with the death of his son and with kind of everything that's going on, and having a hard time dealing with his grief. And his wife is Alice, who is Jack's mother. She is also in her early 60s. She's the head of the family, trying to keep things together, trying to keep Hank moving along. And then we have Jack, the actual heart donor. Jack is a young man in his 30s. Even though he is not alive, he is present throughout the entire show, which is a pretty cool little effect. He's present on stage. What I really like, if you read the beginning of the script, the playwright mentions he's not as a ghost, but as a lingering memory.
Okay.
So he kind of floats around and participates, and we do get to see some other scenes with him too. In addition to that, Sammy is Jack's sister and daughter of Hank and Alice. She's a preschool teacher in her 20s and 30s. She's a very upbeat kind of girl who's trying to make the best of the situation, but can kind of fall flat sometimes.
Yeah.
And the last character is it's actually 2 characters played by 1 actor. She's the nurse in the beginning, and also Joy's best friend, Darla. She would be a woman in her 30s to 60s.
That's great.
Yeah.
And what are the actual dates of the show?
So the show, we open on February 19th, and we go that weekend, so it'd be the 19th, 20th, and 21st. And then the following weekend is February 26th, 27th, and we close on the 28th.
Wonderful. Now, along with the cast of characters, is there any backstage help or any other assistance you're looking for this production?
Yes, of course. As with any show, the crew is essential to have a show go on. So I am looking for anybody who wants to help in any capacity. This will be, there's going to kind of be a lot of moving pieces to this show, so a good solid stage crew is something I would like to have. I'm talking like 2 to 4 people that I can have backstage to move some stuff around. In addition to that, I do need a good stage manager. And then of course the tech side, if anybody is interested in running lights or sound, we'd love to get you in here. And yeah, just if you have any questions, if that's something you're interested in, feel free to come by to auditions and we can talk about it.
We'll definitely put additional information out, reminder of dates and everything like that on our social media and our website, so definitely keep an eye out on those if this is something you're interested in.
And the website is harlequinstheater.com.
That's right.
Well, is there anything else you'd like to add before we?
I kind of said all I need to say about the show. I just want to say I'm so excited to be back directing at Harlequins again. This place has been my home since I was a little kid, so to be back here in the director's seat just means so much to me. And yeah, just great to be back.
Well, for anyone who saw Over the River Through the Woods, they're going to be glad to have you back too. So you'll want to come see the Tin
Thank you.
Woman.
Yeah.
And as somebody who was in Over the River and Through the Woods, definitely recommend working with Chris. He's a fantastic director.
Thank you.
It'll be a great show.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for joining us,
Of course.
Chris. We
Thanks for
really
having me.
appreciate
Yeah.
it. And now we are joined by Sam Homan, who will be directing our Spring 2027 show, An Old-Fashioned Family Murder. Thanks for joining us, Sam.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited about this upcoming season.
We are too. Can you tell us what that show is actually about?
Absolutely. This is a murder mystery comedy, and the best way to describe it would be to read what Harlequins printed on their promotion here. And it says this: a good old-fashioned murder has occurred at the mansion of elderly Colonel Claythorne. With backstabbing, love, and mother knows best advice complicating the investigation, it soon becomes clear that nothing is what it seems.
Sounds ominous.
Go ahead.
What genre does this fall into?
Well, it's set in 1943, somewhere up in the Northwest, and it's a cast of very eccentric characters.
Tell us about those very eccentric characters.
Absolutely. Well, we have a cast of 6, and what we have first is a lady named Mrs. Shirley Peck, and she is over 50 years old. She is very sweet and also very underestimated, so keep an eye on her. Her son is Detective Paul Peck, someone in their 30s or 40s, and very, very earnest, but yet very unsuccessful detective. We have Arthur Whittington, who is middle-aged, a world-renowned writer of murder mysteries, and he's kind of a snob. He's overconfident in his abilities, and he speaks with an English accent that may or may not be fake. And we have 2 sisters named Clarice and Dottie Claythorne, both of them in their 20s or early 30s. One of them, but they're very different. One of them is very dazzling and glamorous, and the other is more modest and soft-spoken. And then we have this young man named Jasper, who's in his 20s, early 30s, who's Clarice's fiance. He's very handsome, but he's very dim.
Also, cast is very important, I understand, but what kind of crew do you need? Do you need any specialty things above and beyond?
Well, crew is so crucial to make a show successful. So I definitely would like to hear from people who are interested in being involved with things like costuming or props, stage managing, on the tech side of things, sound and lighting. And when we announce the audition times and really get the information out there, people are more than welcome to put that on their form and say, I would like to get involved backstage or up in the tech booth, or maybe there's something else, a house manager, anything like that. So yes, absolutely, the door's wide open for that, because without that, we don't have a show.
Do you have dates set for your auditions?
Yes, absolutely. Auditions are February 22nd and 23rd, both evenings, 6 to 8 p.m. We will announce callbacks if we have to have them. If we feel we need them, then we will call those back, and then the cast will be announced as soon as possible after that.
And what can auditionees expect during your auditions?
Basically coming in and reading some of the scenes with other characters, and I'll switch people around. More information about the specific characters will be revealed as we get closer to the auditions, and then people can fill out on their form who they're interested in, and then they can read those specific scenes.
Wonderful. So
Yeah.
definitely keep an eye out on our social media pages to learn more information about those characters. And when is the show itself?
The show itself we open April 23rd, and it goes that weekend and ends, we close on May the 2nd.
And I would like to ask,
Sure.
how did you choose that show?
Well, as Harlequins was looking towards their 2026-2027 season, I was contacted about it to see if I would be interested in directing a show. It was absolutely. I've been involved with Harlequins before. I love this theater very much. And we were looking at many different scripts, and I saw this one. I said, well, let me take this one home. And I read it, and I fell in love with it. I said, this is very funny. I love the size of the cast, and I would love to invest my time into directing this, and it got put on the schedule, so I'm very happy about that. Yeah.
We're excited to have you here.
Well, thank you.
Now, have you directed at our theater before?
I have not directed here. I've been an assistant director for a show here. I've also performed here on this stage before a few years ago. So I have been involved here and know a lot of people connected here too.
Well, we're excited to have you back.
Thank
Yes,
you.
we are. And thank you for coming. I think that, is there anything else you want to add? Or?
No, just thank you so much for inviting me into this home.
Well, it was great having you, Sam.
Thank you.
For joining us. We look forward to working with you
Me
next
too.
spring.
Me too.
And seeing the show. And as we say in theater,
Break
break a leg.